You're still wound up.
Girl, I know.
Right? I need one of these to kind of help me out a little bit. Okay, I took my boots off, Kylie. Now I feel really short standing next to
Oh, I'm jealous. I wish I could take my shoes off.
You can take your shoes
too.
off. Hey, it's comfortable home. This is what Friday nights are all about. By the way, how would you like to instantly multiply the plugs in your home? And I'm not just talking about AC outlets, I'm also talking USB ports. How about a shelf if you want to use it? This is one of those items that's smart. It's new this month. It's less than $30. Your easy pay is $14.99 a month. And whether it is kitchen, whether it's next to the bed, whether it's in the bathroom, whether it's in the home office, how about the garage or the basement? It's also loaded with surge protection. So you've got more outlets, you feel better plugging in the items you spend good money on, and it's honestly, it's about the size of like my one cell phone from work.
Yeah, it's amazing. Every single room in your house could benefit from this because we never have enough space to plug things in. So now you're going to triple your outlet space. You have 2 on the front, 2 on each side as well. And as Katie pointed out, you have the USB ports. So you're essentially turning in that 2-socket outlet into an 8-socket outlet. There is a surge protector built into this with 1,000 joules, which we'll tell you all about. That just means it's got a lot of power to protect you in here. And if this wasn't cool enough, you also have the ability to put the shelf on it. So giving you more space in those areas where not only you want to plug some things in, but you need an extra real estate to get organized as well. So best of both worlds, and you can use this in any room.
All of them are going to be white. I love the plugs on the sides. You get the USB ports. I think these are genius in a couple of spots especially. Love it in the kitchen. Where do you stand and cook? Now you can get your recipes lifted eye level or closer to eye level than if it's down on the counter. You're bringing it up to where the plug is. You can still plug in your KitchenAid, your choppers, your mixers, and you can read the recipe right there. I also love what you have down there in the bathroom. Real estate on a bathroom around the sink. Counter, thank you, counter. Never enough. All of a sudden now elevate it, your toothbrush, the shaver, all of that comes up, and you still have a nightlight plugged in there too. And you still have more plugs.
I have a ton more plugs, so that's the thing. If you have to plug in your toothbrush, maybe you have to plug in your Clarisonic, maybe it's the hubby plugging in his razor, you've monopolized that whole outlet because we only ever have 2 plugs. So now what I did was plugged in the razor, plugged in our toothbrush, put them on the shelf, and now we still have all this free real estate right here. We're protected with the surge protector built inside, but we still have all this free space. So there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 more plugs plus 2 USB ports. So if I wanted to charge my phone while I'm getting ready, maybe I'm listening to music, we can do all of that because we never have enough space. And these days, so many things are charging via USB that you want to have those ports. They're building new houses, Katie, and they're actually building USB ports into the outlets. But for any of those of us who don't have a brand new home, this is such a great option.
Well, it is, and now you bring this into the bathroom, and now like I've really started bringing my phone into the bathroom because my husband yells at me that at work I always have to be on time. In my personal life, quite frankly, I have a little trouble with it. So this is why I don't have my phone charger's next to my bed. Now I can just bring the wire and I can plug it right in here and I can see it, but I can still plug in hair dryers. I can still keep my sonic toothbrush plugged in. I have my Dermaflash plugged in. Those 2 things are plugged into the only 2 outlets I have next to my sink all the time. How many times have you unplugged something to plug in a phone, to plug in a hair dryer, you forget about it, you go to use it and it has no juice.
Always.
Keep juiced up.
Yeah, so you have all of that great real estate. So that could be your office situation or maybe the bedside situation. We've got our tablets, we have our phones, all the things. Maybe it's your Fitbit you want to charge up. Even in the center, I love this too for kitchens. It's amazing because a lot of the times maybe we're using a cookbook or maybe we're using our phone. Now we can get that off the counter where maybe it would be messy. We plugged in the blenders, we have the baby monitor plugged in, and all of that space for more. So remember, you are tripling your outlet here. You're turning a 2-prong regular outlet into 8. You have 6 regular plugs, 2 USB ports, and then that option of the shelf. So super, super easy for you to use. You literally just plug it in. They will include a screw if you do want to mount it permanently. If maybe you're putting something that's a little bit more weighty on it and you have, maybe those little loose outlets in older homes, which happens sometimes from pulling things out. But that's what you're talking about right there. That not having enough real estate. Maybe it's a pedestal sink. Maybe you don't even have a countertop and you have a pedestal sink like that. where do you put your stuff?
So
But
smart.
kitchen, it could be for your medications, it could be for your vitamins, the things that kind of clutter up that counter. Now you're getting up and using that vertical space.
It's less than $30 and it's so smart. So size-wise, it's about 7, almost 8 inches high, 3¼ inches wide, and then about 2, almost 3 inches deep. Like the shelf, there's a little lip on it, so that's how your phone can stay. That's how if you have, your toothbrush up there, it's not going to do the rollover. This does need to be plugged into a 3-prong setting, right?
Yes, 3-prong, that's the one call out with it. And
3-prong setting, it's not a ring. The 3-prong plug, it's late on a
Yes.
Friday. Sorry.
Everybody knows what you mean.
3-prong
I'm totally
setting,
with
what?
you. So this is
Thank
what it
you.
looks like. So you just plug it into one. And actually, I do want to point out too, depending on how your outlets were done, you have space for the shelf on each side. So they actually made it so that way, no matter which way your outlets were installed, you can use this totally fine. We made one of them upside, well, we call it upside down on here too, just to show you. So you can see the one on the end, we've got the USB ports down low and on the side, and then the one in the center, they're up
at the
high
top.
too. So it doesn't matter. And there is a little green light. It's a little bit harder to see, but it's right here. This little green light right here is showing you that you have that surge protection. And that's important because if you think about it, we're plugging in our Dyson hair dryers, we're plugging in our Clarisonics, we're plugging
Power.
in mobile devices that cost a lot of money. So if you're plugging them in, you want to make sure you're protecting them as well. Power surges can happen at any point in time. They're just really quick increases of electrical current into our home, and they're so fast that we don't actually even know that they're happening. So having that extra built-in surge protector in here is amazing, and it is 1,000 joules of protection. So those are just little reservoirs of protection. The higher the rating, the more power protection you have. So this is a great one.
It means basically that you can sit on the couch and just sit back and relax because your stuff's powered up. You know that it is, it's protected. But all of a sudden, instead of having to unplug and plug and unplug and plug, you now have 6 outlets, 2 USB. This is perfect for behind your nightstand. This is perfect for your home office. It is perfect for a couple of spots in the kitchen. Great behind the TV with all the wires. Do the kids have their games? We're all using multiple items. I mean, look, if you just have a couple of folks that need to plug in a phone, you've got 2 spots right there.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it looks really nice too. So even in all the scenarios that we created, whether it's in your bathroom, whether it's, your tile in your kitchen or just on a painted surface, it's white, it's crisp, it's clean, it looks nice. The shelf is removable. So if you don't want to use that, you don't have to, but it creates that ledge for you to put maybe your tablets and your phones in areas where you didn't have them before. So it's a really smart product that solves a big problem in our home, which is never having enough outlets. We never do, or maybe it's just that one outlet where everybody wants to go to. You have the built-in USB ports, but you could put your cubes in here too, so you're not unplugging somebody else's device to charge your own.
Look, it's less than $30. You're multiplying outlets. It's easy, and there's a shelf to keep the good stuff out of the way and off the counter. Kylie Watts, thank you so much. V36829 is your item number. I like smart, I like easy, because it just makes our life much easier on a daily basis. All right, we are wrapping her up. Friday night is over, but it's our holiday deals weekend, so we've got some new deals coming your